Okay, let me give you guys some more practice. So solve this inequality and draw the number line to represent the solution. When given a quadratic like this, I'm assuming you can factorize this in your sleep. If you can't factorize this in your sleep, then um, then you got to watch one of the earlier videos on well, I've done a playlist on quadratic equations. And well, look in the other playlist. I will put in a link below. Okay, but you should be able to factorize this here in your sleep. Okay. Well, you need to factorize this so that you can locate the two roots. Well, anyway, do whatever you have to do. Press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this here, you want to factorize this. You're trying to draw a graph just to see what's going on here. You're trying to draw a graph of y equals this whole thing here. Okay, well, first factorize it so that you can identify the roots. Now, two numbers multiplied together gives you 15, but when added together gives you a positive 2. Well, how would I create a minus 15? I could use a 1 and a 5, okay, or I could use a 3 and a 5. What else? A 5. Yeah. Well, well, uh, well. I'm going to use. I'm going to try this pair here because I can create a positive 2 from a 5 and a 3. I can't create a 2 from a 5 and a 1. Well, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, you got to watch one of the early videos on quadratic equations. So here to factorize this, I know I'm going to need a 3 and a 5. So let's just do this here. Hang on. Less than or equal to 0. I know I'm gonna need a 3 and a 5. So let's just stick this in here, stick this in here. Because I need to create a positive 2, I know I'm gonna need, well, it's got to be a positive 5 and a negative 3. If it well, it's got to be this way around because I need to create a positive 2. If you have a negative 3, well, it's got to be this way around. Well, and then from this you can draw your graph. This here, if you try and draw a graph of y equals this thing here, if you put 5 negative 5 into here, then well, negative 5 will be one solution, and positive 3 is the other solution. Positive 3. Okay, so your graph will look something like this. I'm guessing here. Okay, and then going back to the original, well, looking at this here, and looking at this here, looking at this here, we want the whole thing here to be less than or equal to 0. So less than or equal to 0. Look at your diagram. Less than or equal to 0. So everything in here is good because it's less than or equal to 0. So your number line will look something like this. Hang on. Let's say 0 here, positive 3 here, and negative 5 here. And looking at this here, looking at this here, it can be is less than or equal to 0. So it can include the negative 5, and it can include the positive 3. And earlier we established that everything in this region here is good because it's less than or equal to 0. So everything in this region here is good. Now we can use this to translate it into this. Hang on. We want x to be greater or equal to minus 5, but less than or equal to positive 3. So this, well, draw this whole thing here, the diagram here and this here is your solution. Okay.